first question is define what is management. So, management is the coordination and administration of tasks to achieve a goal. Such administration activities include setting the organization's strategy and coordinating the efforts of staff to accomplish these objectives through the application of available resources. So, the second question is what are the function in management and define each? So, the first function is planning or decision making. So, it determining courses of action. So, looking ahead into the future and predicting possible trends or occurrences that are likely to influence the working situation is the most vital quality and manager's job. Planning means setting an organization goals and deciding how best to achieve them. In short, planning means determining what the organization's position and the situation should be in the future and decide how best to bring about that situation. The second function is organizing or coordinating activities and resources. So, organizing can be defined as the process by which the established plans are moved closer to realization. The third function is leading. The third basic managerial function is leading. It is the skills of influencing people for a particular purpose or reason. Leading is considered to be the most important and challenging of all managerial activities. Leading is the influencing or prompting the organization member to work together with the interests of the organization. The fourth function is controlling. Monitoring the organizational progress toward goal fulfillment is called controlling. Thus, monitoring progress is essential to ensure the achievement of organizational goals. Controlling is measuring, comparing, finding deviation, and correcting the organizational activities performed to achieve the goals of objectives. Thus, controlling consists of activities like measuring the performance, comparing with the existing standard, and finding the deviation and correcting the deviations. So, the third question is what are the activities involved in each function? So, in planning and decision making, the activities involved is the determining courses of action. In organizing, it is the coordinating activities and resources. In leading, it is the managing, motivating, and directing people. And the last one is the controlling, is the monitoring and evaluating activities. So the last question is what are the 14 principles of management? Give your own personal understanding of this principle. Why do you think this principle are important in an organization? So the first principle is division of work. So the first Henry Fayol's principle of management is based on the theory that if an employee is given a special task to do, they will become more efficient and skilled on it. So for example, at a school, every department has a different responsibility like academics, sports, administration, sanitation, food, beverage, or etc. These responsibilities are taken care of by employees specializing in that particular department, increasing efficiency and productivity and making them specialists in their field. The second principle is authority. This Henry Fayol principle of management states that a manager needs to have the necessary authority in order to ensure that his instructions are carried out by the employees. For example, if an employee has been responsible for managing the decor department while planning an event but has no authority to make design decision or contact the vendors to get the work done, no efficiency or productivity will be achieved. The third principle is discipline. This principle states that discipline is required for any organizations to run effectively. In order to have discipline, employees, manager needs to build a culture of mutual respect. Example, every employee must follow certain rules and regulation and keep a disciplined attitude in the workplace for smooth working and efficient result. The fourth principle is unity of command. This principle states that should be a clear chain of command in the organization. The employees should be clear on whose instructions to follow. According to Fayol, an employee should receive orders from only one manager. For example, if in a company an employee has been given a task to finish within 3 to 4 hours as ordered by their immediate superior, but the head of department asks them to deliver the task within 1 hour. In case, no unity of command can be create confusion and pressure in the workplace. The fifth principle is unity of direction. This Henry Fayol principle of management states that the work to be done should be organized in such a way that employees' work is harmony towards the same object using one plan under the direction of one manager. For example, different set of activities within a department should be managed by different manager to avoid confusion and lesser efficiency within the workflow. The sixth principle of management is collective interest over individual interest. This principle states that the overall interests of the team should take precedence over personal ones. The interests of the organization should not be sabotaged by the interests of an individual. If anyone goes rouge, the organization will collapse. For example, while planning a team outing, the employee making the travel and stay decision must make arrangement according to comfort and affordability, not just as per their liking. The seventh principle of management is remuneration. The Senrifile principle of management states that employees should be paid fair wages for the work they carried out. Any organization that underpays its workers will struggle to motivate and keep quality workers. Example, any organization must be fair regarding their remuneration policies where all the employees must receive a salary worth their effort irrespective of their gender, tenure, and other factors. The eighth principle of management is centralization. It refers to the concentration of power in the hands of authority and following a top button approach to management. Example, centralization is mostly common in small and medium sized firms where the delegation of work is minimal and the owners makes most of the decisions. The ninth principle of management is scalar chain. A scalar chain refers to a clear chain of communication between employees and their superiors. Example, every organization has a specific chain of authority from the highest level of superiors, like the founder or CEO, to the lowest level of subordinates following a hierarchy for maximum productivity. The tenth principle of management is order. This principle states that there should be an orderly placement of resources, manpower, money, materials, etc., in the right place and at the right time. Example, employees should be given a designated space and the right tools or equipment to complete their work efficiently. 11th principle is equity. Equity is a combination of kindness and justice. This principle states that the manager should use kindliness and justice towards everyone they manage. Example, all employees, irrespective of gender, religion, race, and sexuality, must feel safe, seen, and heard, and be given equal opportunity to grow and flourish in their career within the organization. The 12th principle of management is stability of tenure of personnel. This principle states that an organization should work to minimize staff turnover and maximize efficiency. Any new employee cannot be expected to get used to the culture of an organization right away. Example, every new employee must be given a proper induction of both the technical aspect of the company as well as the work culture and office environment for them to mingle well. Old employees should be given alum awards for completing certain tenures to boost morale. The 13th principle is initiative. This principle states that all employees should be encouraged to show initiative when employees have a say as to how the best they can do their job. They feel motivated and respected. Example, taking a suggestion from employees regarding the specific department can make them feel seen in an authoritative position can give them a sense of achieving something for the team. The last principle of management is spirit de corps. Spirit de corps means team spirit. This Henry Fayol principle of management states that the management should strive to create unity, morale, and cooperation among the employees. Team spirit is a great source of strength in the organization. Happy and motivated employees are more likely to be productive and efficient. Example, while discussing the new plan of action for achieving the next month's target, using the word we instead of I brings a teamwork spirit to the group.